I recently bought a new pickup here, and it's a GMC Sierra, and it's got this center console inside, and I hope the light does this justice. But anyway, this center console is just one deep box, and it's got these hangers here for a file cabinet, file folders, I should say, not a file cabinet. File folders that you can hang on both sides here, and then have your paperwork in here. But I want to better utilize this space, so I keep my change and other things in my old pickup and on a custom box I made for it. So I'm going to build a box that hangs from these two hangers down about, I don't know, a couple inches or so, and then use the space underneath it for bulkier items. So we'll see how this turns out. All right, I always like these kind of projects, fabricating on the fly kind of. So as you saw earlier, my pickup's got this file cabinet hook, I guess, in the center console. So I need to create that mating piece out of some Baltic birch plywood, and then build the drawer around it and mount these to it. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. I'm just going to cut a 1/4 inch rabbet in a small piece, see if that's going to work, and if it does, then I'll probably just use these pieces and build my drawer to size after I do that. I think that'll work. It's definitely a little longer than that, but that's okay. I can always cut this back if I need to, but I'm going to go up and see how it fits in the groove up there. Then I'll probably just rip this in half and use that as my standoff, and then get the measurements in between there. Let me go check it. I'll be right back. Okay, measuring off of a file folder, this is 11 3/4 of an inch. And I made a couple story sticks that length, held them to my hooks basically, and I think I've got a little more room there, so I'm going to make my drawer 11 7/8 by 8 out of a 3 or 1/2 inch Baltic birch. That's going to be the outside walls to give it some strength. Then I'll put in the bottom, and worry about dividing it. All right, I got all my parts cut here, and the dry fit, as best I can tell, is going to be fine. So 8 inch to the outside. What have I got here for this dimension? 8, I should say that's 8 1/8 by 12. Got her glued up, everything's nice and square. I'll let that sit for half an hour, then I'll glue these on. All right, here's the box, and these are the longest items that I'm going to put in here. So I'm figuring I'm going to divide it about 60-40 this way, 70-30 this way, and just make an X and have 4 compartments. This one up here will probably be for change, or maybe this one I'll see how much change I have to put in there, and then we'll just start putting items in. I am going to have to glue it to the bottom because I'm going to need to grab this by that X to lift it out. I don't think there's going to be any other way to get it out of there. I'll have to see about that. And let me make that part anyway, and then we'll go from there. Well, I just did a test fit, and it's just sitting up too high. So I kind of eyeballed it, and I think that the problem is these are too long. So I'm going to cut this back 1/16 of an inch. Right here on both sides, and give that a try and see what happens. So as I close the door, and I'll show you this up there in a minute, how this fits, but I'm thinking I know I have to drop the box. So either I'm going to try a 16th off of this first, and if that doesn't work, then I'll have to trim the whole top. It's tight. I got to force it down just a hair. So what that's telling me is I can slam it shut. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take a little bit off of the top edge now. And it ain't going to take much, because I can see now that it's sitting on the inside edge of this rabbet, so that's good. It's as far down as it's going to go. So the only thing is to lower the whole box by, I don't think it's going to take much. I don't think it's even going to take a 16th. So I'll do that, and then we'll come back and try it again. All right, let's try one more time here. First of all, without anything in there, you can see I can just push it down with slight finger pressure. So I took off about a 16th off all around the edge. And that's it. That'll work. All right, let's see how she's going to look here. That is going to be terrific. So underneath there, let me grab a tape measure and show you how much room I have underneath it too. I'm just a bit, about a 1/4 inch below the lip of this piece of plastic here. So underneath it, I've got a good 7 1/4, 7 3/8 inches of storage. 7 3/8 by, a good 12 to 13 inches. So that's going to be really nice to have that area underneath there and keep the stuff I'm going to want all the time right here on top. So I'll get my other items in here. I think what I'll do is probably put some shellac on this, give it a little protection, and then we'll be ready to go. Thanks for watching.